Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Racing Podblast with me, Tony Mack, and Ben Aitken from Narrowing the Field. And it's a bit of a Scottish theme today with Kelso, the focus for us on the horses, and as well as always, we stay in Scotland for our ever-popular Football Trixie. Jackpot Ben is with us with top, middle and bottom. And yes, it says here one of us landed the hat-trick last week. And it wasn't me. But racing first, as always, Kelso starting with their 142 race, the Bet365 Handicap Hurdle. Welcome along, Ben, and can you give us some biomechanically efficient horses to watch for?
I'll try my best, Tony. The 142 from Kelso, Bet365 Handicap Hurdle. I've got a shortlist of two for this one. That shortlist is Serious Operator and Brewing Up a Storm. Serious Operator, he ran a good fifth in the Lanzarote Hurdle last time out. Form of that race working out well. I think he should appreciate his return to a left-handed track as well. And a smaller field he's going to get to tackle. If you look at Serious Operator on a left-handed, flat or slightly undulating track, in the fields of 9 or less, he's got a form of 4 wins from 4. And I think he should still have more to offer from his current mark. I don't think 126 will prove beyond him. So I like Serious Operator in this one. Brewing Up a Storm, despite being around for ages, he's only making a second handicap hurdle start here. His first came at Taunton 3 years ago, where he won by 11 lengths off a mark of 148. Runs here of 147. I think you'll find this company quite a bit easier than some of the races he's been contesting in recent starts. Most of those starts being Grade 1, Grade 2 company. Trip would be the query for him here, as he's either from 8 over further than 2 mile 4, but those races have all come in Grade 1 and Grade 2 company, so potentially he was just outclassed in those races rather than outstayed. If you look at him at Class 2 level or less, he's 7 wins from 9, so Brewing Up a Storm is also very much in my thoughts here, but of the two, it would be Serious Operator, who's the one I like. He's the one on the upgrade. He's the one I'm most interested in for this Serious Operator. He's around the 5-1 mark, which I think is a decent price. What have you got, Tony, in the 142?
Yeah, it's a bit of an open contest, this, isn't it, Ben? But I'm with you on Serious Operator, mate. Lucinda Russell and my apprentice to watch, or claimer to watch for last season, Patrick Wadge, who is down to 3, claiming £3 now. 4 from 9 over hurdles, including a win over course and distance. Good to soft ground. Wouldn't be a problem tomorrow. Paddy Wadge is 3 from 6 on the gelding. All 4 career victories have come on a left-handed track as well for Serious Operator. So, and 3 from 4 on a slightly undulating track. So he's got a course and distance win, but he will be suited by Kelso. And the Kaluki Kid, which was around in parts 20-1 yesterday. For trainer Nicky Richards and Danny McMenamin in the saddle. He's now 5-1 best price. So I was going to put this up each way, but obviously not now. And I might well Dutch the pair here, the Kaluki Kid and Serious Operator. Danny McMenamin riding for trainer Nicky Richards, 2 from 4 over hurdles, including a win left-handed at Newcastle. Possibly not up to Grade 2 level at Doncaster last time, and drops down here for his handicap debut. So I think you can forget his 4th of 5, beaten 7 lengths behind Jericho de Brepone for is that Henderson's horse? That is it? I'm not sure about. But anyway, on the 27th of January in the Rossington Main Novices Hurdle, the Grade 2, he's probably out of his depth there. He's back into more calmer waters, as they say. He's rated 124. So the Kaluki Kid on handicap debut and Serious Operator. As well with you, Ben, for that race off at 142. On to the 217, the Bet365 Premier Novice Hurdle, Grade 2 Novices Hurdle over 2 miles, 2 furlongs, Ben?
Yeah, I think it looks a a strong enough renewal of this Grade 2. I've got a short list of Brucio, Personal Ambition, Rich Spirit, and Dripsy Moon. Now, Brucio was a convincing winner of the listed mares handicap hurdle at the Dublin Racing Festival last time out. That came off the back of a 10-length win at Catterick in January. So she comes here in excellent form. Our trainer, Stuart Crawford, has some decent enough stats in Kelso hurdles and bumpers with his horses aged 5 and 6. He's 6 wins and 7 places from 27 runners with those types. 48% win and place strike rate. Over 68 points profit on the win side. So Brucio does interest me here. She gets a mare's allowance in this race as well. That puts her well in at the weights with most of these. I think all of them, actually. Personal Ambition comes here off the back of an 8-length victory at Doncaster. Made 2 wins from 3 for the 5-year-old over hurdles. Only time he disappointed so far came at Sandown on heavy ground in December, so he'll be okay on this skewed to soft. At the Polling Yard, remain in decent form as well. A Rich Spirit is a horse I posted as one to follow in one of my recent Proform guest posts. Although I was looking at him as a handicap prospect rather than one for a race like this, a Grade 2. It was interesting that they come here with the 6-year-old rather than stick to handicap company. Sue Smith has hit a patch of form recently, and I am intrigued by Rich Spirit. He's one of those I could see it run as big odds, snatching a place in this. And Dripsy Moon, the other on my short list, also a decent price. He's been contested in Grade 2s over 2-mile 7 to 3-mile trips in his last 2 starts, but didn't really look like he stayed those trips all that well. Same when he finished second at Kelso over 2-mile 5 back in October. So I think this drop back to 2-mile 2 looks a smart move. He's another that could outrun his big odds. Of that lot, I'd say Personal Ambition is the one I like the most. Although any of the others on my short list I think could run themselves into the places or better. But it is Personal Ambition for me. In the Premier Novice Hurdle, Tony, what have you got?
I'm going for the favourite, unfortunately, Django Bay, who was beaten favourite last time out in a listed contest for training Nicky Henderson. Nico de Boinville is up at Kelso. The 2 from 3 over hurdles, beaten last time out in a listed contest at Huntingdon following a win in the Tolworth hurdle at Aintree, the Grade 1 Tolworth hurdle in December, beating 8 rivals 3 lengths. So I'm going there. He's a bit skinny for my liking. Cannock Park, higher profile trainer. I think he would be a little bit shorter than this 10-1 Cannock Park, trained by Paul Robson, ridden by Craig Nichol. Thought good enough to run in the Grade 1 Tolworth hurdle, but finished 15 lengths ahead of adrift of Django Bay. Soft ground's okay. He's 2 from 3 left-handed. Decent efforts when winning at Bangor and latterly Cheltenham in November as well in a maiden hurdle. So Cannock Park each way at around 10-1, and the favourite Django Bay for Nicky Henderson and Nico de Bonville at around 15-8. 250 we're moving on to the Bet365 Morebattle hurdle, Class 2 handicap over 2 miles.
Yeah, deep handicap for us to get stuck into here. I have narrowed the field to 3. Blackhawk Eagle, Cracking Rhapsody, and Caithness. Blackhawk Eagle comes here for the Kerry Lee Yard. She has won with 6 of her last 10 runners, so clearly has her yard in bouncing form right now. Blackhawk Eagle is only the 4th horse she's ever sent to Kelso. The previous 3 finished first, and 4th of 11. Blackhawk Eagle comes here off the back of 2 victories. I don't think his mark of 1-2-2 will prove anywhere near his ceiling, so he should still have plenty more to come. I do like the chances of Blackhawk Eagle. Cracking Rhapsody comes here as an unexposed type with only 4 hurdle starts to his name. He won at Kelso over half a furlong further last time out. And he's another that looks like he should have plenty of improvement still to come. Only went up £4 for that win last time out. And that could be lenient, as I think he won that race with more up his sleeve than it maybe looked. Cracking Rhapsody. And Caithness is Lucinda Russell's representative in this race. I think he looks like he's been overlooked here. He's as big as 50-1 in places. And although he disappointed on his last 2 starts, I think he should run much, much better here. His last 2 runs were both on right-handed tracks, and I think he's probably best going left-handed. Both his wins to date have come on left-handed tracks, both at Kelso, in fact. And if you look at him on left-handed tracks with undulations and over 2 mile or 2 mile and a half a furlong, you see his 2 wins in a place from 4 starts. One of those runs came at Cheltenham's November meeting, where he finished a 2.5 length a third behind Imposé Trois. He was receiving £1 from that one that day. Imposé Trois is now rated £13 higher, and he's backed up the form of that race on both his runs since. So Case Ness does bring some solid seasonal form as well as some solid track form to the table, and I do feel he's been overlooked in this race. Case Ness would be my each way dart in this race. 40-1, even 50-1 available on plenty books, most paying at least 5 places. So I do like Case Ness in this. And Black Hawk Eagle is also one I'd be looking to play from near the head of the market. So Case Ness each way and Black Hawk Eagle for me. Tony, where are you at for the Morebattle?
The Morebattle I've got, it's been run 13 times. The first run in 2010, and 13 renewals of the race, and 12 of the last 13 winners came from the top 4 in the market. So the market usually get this right, and I was going for Under Control anyway. Nicky Henderson, Nico de Bonville again at 4-1, available at 4-1. Trainer won the Morebattle with Top Notch in 2016, and again with We Have a Dream in 2019. In all, he's taken 5 runners up to Kelso for this race, and it's 3 from 5, with Duke of Navan winning back in 2013. Of course, in the first Morebattle, Zanar. Remember Zanar, the grey, famously finished second of 4 in this race in 2010 at odds of 14-1 on. I remember it right. I even remember where I was watching that in disbelief. 14-1 shot getting beat. Salceda for trainer Brian Ellison is available around 11-1, even though he's still 4th or 5th in the betting, so he still gets into that trend of 12 of the last 13 winners in the top 4 in the betting. He's won this race in 2022 with Cormier, and the trainer will be looking to follow up the win of Angler's Crag in last week's Ida Chase at Newcastle. But the stable is not exactly bouncing. He's 3 from 31 in the last month, so just be careful with Salceda. Lightly raced, not seen since April last year, so fitness can be only taken on trust here. He's 94 rated handicapper on the flat when with Jed O'Keefe, and won on stable and hurdling debut at Sedgefield back in October 2021. That's Salceda at around 11-1, and the favourite Under Control for trainer Nicky Henderson. You've been tweeting about Nicky Henderson, Ben, this week.
I have.
Yes.
You know, we'll find out tomorrow if the yard are out of form, got a bug, etc., or it was just a minor blip.
Definitely.
He's got. I agree with you. He's got 2 good chances at Kelso. Well, at least 2. I don't know if he's got more. I get why they're at the head of the market. So yeah, that'll tell us where he's at.
Yeah, definitely.
It might just be a minor blip he's had. Might be nothing to it. So
what was it? We'll 6 pulled up since.
Oh, I don't know. Forget now. Something like that. Yeah. No, yeah. 6 of the last 12 or something like that.
Yeah, so, mad. Absolutely mad. Pulling up as well.
Might be nothing. It's quite a small sample size, but
yeah,
worth keeping an eye on.
Yeah, there's a few out tomorrow as well at Kelso and Newbury as well. Spring Notes out. Governor of India runs later on at Kelso as well. Brave Jen at Newbury. So it'll be good to keep an eye on those. Especially Django Bay and Under Control and Governor of India are all short prices up at Kelso, so it'll be good to keep tabs on that. Okay then, cheers for that, Ben. Right now it's the one you've been waiting for. It's top, middle and bottom, of course.
Oh golly, what a volley! The great thing about loving football is you cannot explain why you love it. It just happens. Chasing a ball round a park, wanting one team to win against the other. El Mahoney, right foot, whips it. Oh, Jeezy Peeps, man.
Just about sums my tipping up in Scotland at the minute. I'm not going to introduce this. I'm not going to introduce. Just get on with it, Ben, will you?
Oh, definitely. Last week, just the one win for you, Tony.
Yeah.
Return of -4. But I banged in a full house of wins. Jeezy Peeps.
Look at
A return of plus 27.92.
Fantastic.
Current totals, me plus 23.32. Tony, minus 40.30. Well, we're talking about this before we came on. It's your difficult second album, Tony. You know what? My difficult second album was about 25 years ago. I've gone through all this, so it's a hard place to find a winner of Scottish football.
Yeah,
especially lower leagues. But trust me, when you get through this difficult second album, it doesn't get any easier.
May I say, brilliant explanation there, by the way. Good comparison.
I'm like the Rolling Stones when it comes to it now. I'm just churning out albums. Some of them are good, some of them wasted time. But, anyway, this week, normal 3 leagues for us this weekend. My top, middle and bottom this week being top Ayr to beat Dunfermline at 13-8. Dunfermline have steadied the ship a little in recent weeks, but they've actually only managed to win one of their last 10. And Ayr are a dangerous team for them to be playing just now. Scott Brown has them banging in the goals since he took over. I think they're going to be too much for Dunfermline to cope with here. So Ayr for me in the top section. At middle, Alloa to beat Montrose at 2-1. Both teams in excellent form right now. But I think the prices are a little bit wrong here. I think they should be closer to the betting than they are. Alloa have won their last 5 and 7 of the last 10. Only Falkirk and Motherwell have beaten them. Motherwell in the Cup, and that's in the last 13 matches. Montrose, bit hit and miss at home as well. So it is Alloa for me in the middle. And bottom, Forfar to beat Stranraer at 9-5. Forfar been in good form recently, unbeaten 6, losing only 1 of their last 10. Stranraer have been their usual average selves. They've lost 3 of the last 5, 6 of the last 10, and I'm actually surprised Stranraer are the favourites for this. So Forfar for me in the bottom section. So my top, middle, bottom. Top, Ayr, middle, Alloa, bottom, Forfar. Tony, what do you have?
Mine comes with a wealth warning, by the way. All right, it's just going for a couple of skinny uns here. In the top, in the Championship, Airdrie at home to Queen's Park, 11-10. In Division 1, we've got Montrose at home to Alloa at 11-10. And that's against you as well, that, Ben, isn't it?
It is. It is.
And Clyde at home to Elgin at even money in Division 2. So the top is Airdrie, middle Montrose, and bottom Clyde. 3 homes.
What would say? So last week, this is the randomness of Scottish football. Last week, Stenhousemuir, top of the second division, at home to Clyde, bottom of the second division. Stenhousemuir went 1-0 up. End result, 6-1 Clyde.
You sure? Really?
No, yeah. Genuinely, crazy. You could not predict that. 6-1 Clyde, top against bottom, top at home, top 1-0 up. Stenhousemuir, I think, are doing Dumbarton. They're throwing away the league. Dumbarton did it last year. Stenhousemuir are doing it this year.
Yeah, Dumbarton, but they got a new stand out of it. No, I didn't mean that. Sorry. That was just a little throwaway joke. Dumbarton fans and chairman. So Clyde won 6-1.
Away at Stenhousemuir.
At the top of the league after going 1-0 down. That is mental.
Mad. I can't explain it. That's Scottish football for you.
Blimey. All right. Right, we'll move on. Many thanks for listening to the latest edition of the Racing Podblast. Very best luck with your betting at Kelso. Remember, if you're an early riser, catch me on the radio with lots of racing news, weekdays between 6 and 9. And you catch more from Ben over on nowinthefield.co.uk. Big thanks for listening this week. Have a great weekend. Good luck with your bets, as we say. Thanks for all the kind comments. Hello to all the new listeners as well. And we'll see you next week with the next instalment of the Racing Podblast. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks, Ben.
Cheers, Tom.